born from the creative vision of filmmaker Zack Synder. Zack Synder, Zack Synder, Zack Synder, Zack Synder. So anyway, here's the story. Zack Synder in the past has given... Incidentally, lovely thing about this was it opened in America and had a very brief spot at the top, and then it was knocked off the top spot by Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2, which I think tells you a lot of things. So Zack Synder in the past gave us Watchmen and 300. And the thing about him is which is why I keep going, Zack Synder, and I've got no idea what he actually talks like, incidentally. You have to understand that...
what's the impression based on?
Because they're not to do with what people sound like. They're to do with what they sound like in my head. You've just banged your knee really badly on the desk. But Zack Synder. So, in the case of 300, effectively what he did was he took a sort of, a political and interesting cartoon strip, and all he saw was the costumes. It's great. Look, it's the Battle of Thermopylae. We're going to send them all in dressed wearing rubber pants, and they're going to fight with people, the village people. So it's like costume. It's a costume drama. There is a sort of source which has got a whole bunch of stuff in it, but we're not interested in that. We're interested in them walking around in rubber pants. Then we get along to Watchmen, which, Watchmen, many people really, really love as a graphic novel. I mean, even I read Watchmen. That's how popular it was. And Zack Synder comes along, and many other people were on to do it, and Terry Gilliam was going to do it at one point, but it finally falls to Zack Synder, who the only thing he sees is the costumes. Like, yeah, it's a bunch of people in rubber, lots of people dressed in rubber, that's fine. He is the living embodiment of a person who cannot see beyond the surface of anything whatsoever. All he sees is the costumes. And here it is now in the case of Sucker Punch, which is effectively shot corridor, the Sam Fuller film, as redirected as a video game pop video, but directed by Arlene Phillips. So what he's got is, it's like he's just got a bunch of costumes. He's got a bunch of costumes. He's got a bunch of fetish costumes, and then he's got to figure out a way of getting them into a narrative. So
sounds like a Pan's People dance sequence.
Yeah, and believe me, Pan's People wouldn't lower themselves to the dance sequence that is Sucker Punch by Zack Synder. Zack Synder, Sucker Punch.
Okay,